We're gonna see if we can do like two of these today because at least you know what I want to do. I want to do like three. Why? Because fuck it. I kind of wish I did one earlier, but you know what? Like, I've been noticing this thing lately where like the days are going like really long. But I've also been incorporating relative hours back into my life, so I'm trying to readjust my brain to having 12 hours a day instead of however many hours of a day that there are. 12 hours a day and 12 hours at night. It's a slight shift in perspective, but just sometimes a slight shift is all you need to get get to where you're going. But what's the purpose of it? Well, there's a couple things going through my head. I mean, relative hours that I'm doing right now is like based on planetary hours. So right now it's the hour of Saturn. But it's not necessarily a 60-minute hour. The way it works is you take the total amount of time from sunrise to sunset and then divide it by 12, and then those are your 12 hours. Sometimes they're more than 60 minutes, sometimes they're less. Twice a year they're just about exact. But what's the purpose of it though? That's what I'm still trying to get my head around, because it's kind of complicated. It's like a little bit like abstract math, because each hour is associated with a planet depending on the day as well. So there is that, and then the day doesn't start at midnight, it starts at dawn. Sunset, sunrise. That's when the beginning of the new day is. I like the rules. I mean, it's basically like little tweaks here and there, but it makes sense to me, and I can find why it works for me. I mean, for instance, like a journal, right? But I got this rule. But for the past 5 years, like I've had this one very specific rule that I followed, like a goddamn like an OCD. But it helps maintain order. But what I would do is I would start a new day's entry at midnight or when I woke up the next morning, depending on which came first. Which is sometimes a pain in the ass, especially when I go back and read them. Because when I go back and read them, I'm not looking at multiple days in a row most of the time. I'm usually looking for one specific day because of the lunar phase that's associated with it. So what I've noticed now, at least over the past fucking week and a half that I've been incorporating this into my work, is that now I don't have to lose anything once it goes to midnight. Everything that I'm writing between sunrise and sunrise all fits within that one particular day, which is a lot easier to deal with. Because sometimes something important might happen after midnight and I'm fucking stuck. I'm beat when I go back and do my reviewing. Now I also got a little bit of Jew envy. Because I want to know how they do things. And what I'm learning is like a lot of the shit that I'm learning from witchcraft and paganism and magic is the exact same thing that the Jews use. We call it, I'm saying planetary hours, but the Jews call it relative hours. And they work off the same exact system. See, they don't call it magic though. They call it God. Miracles. I think. I'm still learning. But but that's one of the things that interests me about it all too, is because it's not what you honking for. Motherfucker knows it's green light. There's this. Fuck. I thought this fucking school was fucking shut down. It gets complex because there's a story being told within every passing hour. So it's like you got to figure out a way to relate it to yourself, or maybe you don't. That's just what I'm doing. I'm trying to find patterns and sequences and cycles so I can make better sense of it and go, oh, okay, I can see why this would work. Instead of just ignoring it and taking a shit on it like most people do, because most people are fucking ignorant. Most people still believe that the fucking earth goes around the sun. You don't even have to tell people that. You don't have to show it to people. You just tell them and they believe it. It's amazing. Did you know that there's a way to make it so that there's 12 hours a day? It's fucking stupid. What are you, a fucking idiot? You clearly have no brains. What? When you really look at the shit that people believe, like, oh man, like I say, when you really look at the shit that people believe, it's like, what? Where are you coming up with this shit? But I have been doing a lot of, and it's not even. I don't think that it's all consciously being done, but I was writing about this last night. It's like I feel like there's parts of me that are. It's not that I'm fucking rebelling against anything, per se, as much as my inside self. There's a part of me that isn't human, right? It's like everybody else. There's a part of me that actually evolved out of nature. It wasn't always human. Like, I don't know about nobody else, but I know that I have non-human ancestry. It's crazy, I know. But I don't know who they were, so they're kind of alien to me. I know that there's at least some reptilian, I know that there is some at least mammalian, and even human. So I got a little bit of, I got like the best of all the worlds. So because I'm aware of that, I know that there's a part of me that, just like nature, there's a part of me that wants to resynchronize itself with the natural order of things. Because something I've learned from the practice and study of witchcraft and magic is that there are cycles that happen in nature that are measurable and they repeat themselves. So it's almost like science. And I have noticed, just based off of my own conjecture, because this is not the type of thing that you just blindly put your faith in. Like, you have to do a lot of experimentation, you have to keep detailed notes, plus you have to be able to objectively look at your own notes and detach yourself from your own personal emotional experiences. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's not impossible either. It actually gets easier the more that you do it. Because this type of work, you can't use it to change the way that somebody else sees things. If somebody doesn't want to see it, they're not going to see it. Just like anything else. You can tell somebody that 2 + 2 = 5, but if they can't rationalize it in their own head, then then they're not going to be able to see it. Two plus two equals 5. How do you prove that? Well, two numbers plus another two numbers equals 5. How about that? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3. 2. One plus 1 plus 1 plus 2. Two numbers plus two numbers equals 5. That's not right. You said 2 plus 2. I did it right. There's no rules that say I can't do that. Arithmetic is just as abstract as anything else. You can make it as abstract as anything else. Just like 1 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 1 is 3. They're all true. One thing plus another thing equals one thing, one more thing, one new thing. Or we can look at it like one thing plus one thing. One thing plus another one thing equals a third thing. Like, you can't not say that it's not a thing because you just did it. So the fact that we did it shows that it's a thing. Practical value, if you really search for it, it's there, but it depends on who's looking at it. I mean, you can't really find a practical application for it until you figure out that it's there in the first place to be applied practically. What? I don't know. Where are we going with all this? I'm going to the woods. I'm going to Birch Grove because I need to get the fuck out of the house. I need to do this. Oh, right, because I wanted to try to do at least 3 of these today. Why? Just to see the progression of the day, because this one I'm doing sober. This one I'm just doing. I had 2 cups of coffee, no cigarettes. By the time we're done with this, what time is it? So we got about an hour and 45 minutes left. Hour 45 minutes, it'll put us a little after 2, so I go home, take my first dose. While we're there, do some writing, catch up on some shit, upload this. And as soon as we're done, should be just around the time when first dose is kicking in. What I've been noticing is that I have better experiences once I'm outside the house. Something about the energy in there is just like too fucking constrictive, so it's been helping me to get out of the house and like really let that energy come out. Then that'll bring us to about like 5 or 6. Yeah, and then we can probably bang one out like tonight. And I feel like getting as much out of the next couple days is really important because of everything that's going on in the astrology aspect of things. Because by the 18th, because on the 18th, I'm like actually really looking forward to the 18th because I want to see how this one particular configuration plays itself out. I feel like there's a part of me that's telling me that I'm going to be in a relationship at that point. Or maybe even I could say like the relationship that I'm in will kind of like evolve into something else, or maybe I'll find a different relationship. But something has been telling me that a very specific relationship is starting to blossom. Kind of like all of this work that I've put into my life is going to start paying off soon. I have a vision. Like, there's a whole lot of shit going on. So the configuration in question is Juno, the sun, and the moon, and how they're all going to be aligned on the 18th, which is on Saturday, I think. Friday or Saturday at 3 a.m. which is perfect timing because I had just started learning to work with Juno maybe about a month and a half ago is when I decided to like put Juno onto my chart of asteroids and planets that are worth keeping note of. And it just happened to be that Juno just happened to fall in the perfect spot. So it was like, and the fact that they're all lining up exactly how they are, where they are, when they are, is just, it makes me go, okay, I would really like to see how that's going to work out. Well, Juno's about like partnerships, marriages, which doesn't necessarily always equate to like someone else. Sometimes it's just within your own self, finding that perfect person within yourself that you want to be with. Because it's like, one thing that I've picked up on over the years, something I've learned, is one outlook on it is to like be the person that you want to be with. Like who you think of somebody, oh, I want to be with this person. Why? What are you actually bringing to the table? What are they bringing to the table? I mean, it's really important to, at least from my experience over the past few years, is to not so much focus on the other person as much as focus on myself and go, okay, well, what am I doing? Who am I? Because the point of a relationship, of being in a relationship with somebody, is to learn from them, just to grow with them, to grow with each other, to create something that wasn't there before, and to support each other. To be a fucking team. It's like to create a team. Now, my boy Bill Clinton, oh man, there's all those masterclasses I want to watch today too. My boy Bill Clinton, he said it like, you can't be leading nobody until you can lead yourself. Let me say that, you imply that with that other thing that people like to say, you can't love nobody until you can learn to love yourself. Ain't nobody gonna love you until you can love yourself. It's all valid. I think now on the flip side of that, like I saw some meme today. It's like kind of turned me off. It's something about leadership, and it shows this quote, this leader holding up like a bridge for people to walk over. I think people have a distorted view of leadership. And I'm not saying that's wrong, because I do apply that principle with myself, but I ain't doing that for other people. I do it for me and the other people that live inside of me. I help bring my past to the future, to the present, bridge the gap between who I was and who I am. It's not about helping you across. Yeah, that's not my problem, bruh. Sis, you can't save nobody from drowning if you can't swim. Like, I can't be fucking holding up a bridge for nobody when ain't nobody holding up a bridge for me. Hey, listen, and it's like, I look at it like this too. It's like, by holding up the bridge for myself, by allowing those aspects of myself, my past, to come into the present and experience what it is that we've been able to accomplish because of everything that I had to go through back then. Because, like, it's more than just fucking, how do you put it? No, it's more than just like, I can see it in my mind, but there's people right there that just kind of fucked up my head. Right, because there's parts of me that are still stuck in the past. They still believe it's whatever fucking year it is. They hold on to like old beliefs and shit like that. Like, oh, this can't be real. I'm no good. I'm too stupid. Stuff like that. But the idea is to kind of entice them to come to the surface so that they can see and go, oh shit, I was wrong. I used to think I was so worthless. I used to believe what other people told me about myself, but look at this. I've actually been doing things that are amazing and impossible. But it's not that they're impossible because I've been doing it. And sometimes those past versions of me need to come to the surface so that they can see that. But I have to be the one to hold things together for them. And maybe there'll come a day where I have to be able to do that for other people. Or at least another person. I prefer to be doing it just for one person. Like, I don't really like people. I think that there's too many. I think a lot of them need to be culled, that's for sure. I think there's a lot of people that I've been reading the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, and there's a lot of principles in there that I agree with. I mean, I'm not anti-freedom. I just think that people believe they have more than what they really have. I don't think people really are free. I think there's more slavery now than there was. Slaves had more freedom than people today. At least the slaves, they had a place to live. They didn't have to worry about pain. For the most part. I mean, I can't say I wasn't there to experience it, but to delude myself into thinking that modern day slavery is any better or worse than slavery in the old days is intellectually lazy, I think. I just hung up my slave collar. I've just learned that it's better off that, for me, it's better for me to be my own boss. And the money part, that's tough. I mean, I'm going on a week without money. And I don't want to say without. It's not that I'm without money. I just don't have more than... I have less than $9 in my bank account. Which should be really stressful because I have to give mommy $100 worth of rent. I don't have any cigarettes. I mean, I have food. That's important. I have water. I'm actually debating taking my last $8 and going to McDonald's with it. I was thinking about this today. It's like I feel like that's something that would like fucking destroy people, break their will. I mean, what better way to deter you from doing the things that you love is not having any money? I mean, great. It's not that I don't have money. I don't have as much as I did fucking 2 weeks ago, which is less than what I had 2 weeks before that. Less than what I had last year. But right now I'm actually in like worst case scenario. It's like, I don't have anything. I can't do anything. But it's not entirely true because I can. I might even just go to McDonald's just to fucking get lunch. Just say fuck it. Just do it. Don't use money as an excuse. And you can't get more if you don't use what you have. Because once you have no money, then it's like, there's only one way to go from there, right? But this is also like a bit of a stress test too. Like an intense stress test. I had an experience at the end of April that put me in a position where my bank account went in the negatives. I wasn't sure like how or when I was going to get reimbursed for a lot of money that I was shelling out for this job I was doing. And I'd never been put in a financial situation like that before, and it fucked me up bad, really bad, to the point that like it took me a couple weeks to recover. There's still a part of me that's recovering, but because of because of it, like I'm actually out of money now, which is like, what the fuck? This is bad. This is so bad. But at the same time, there's a part of me because I have faith in forces that are outside of my control. Higher forces, greater forces, bigger forces, different kinds of forces. And what it tells me is like, don't worry about it. Like, you're good. You're all good in the hood. Yeah, but that's so hard to believe because I don't have anything to show for it right now. I mean, like, it's not that I don't have anything to show for it. I got like fucking how many hours worth of shit on YouTube, how many fucking millions of words on Facebook and Twitter, my journals, people that I've interacted with over the years. I mean, yeah, no, there's things to show for it, but nothing tangible. My phone bill is gonna come true in about 2 weeks. And if I don't have $50 in my bank account in 2 weeks, bye-bye. No more phone. I mean, I'll be able to record stuff, but I won't be able to, like... I'm looking at my hairline, man. I won't have no money, no phone service. I probably won't be able to listen to my Spotify, which I can't afford that anymore. My Audible bill, I love my Audible bill. Those are my favorite bills. Like, why do I want money? Because I want to pay them. Like, I love paying those bills. Those are like my favorite bills to pay, especially rent. My hair, like, I'm all fucking scruffy looking. My hair's all overgrown. Like, I haven't got my hair cut in a month. My face is all scruffy. I don't like it all this. I don't know what to do with my hair. See, I got regular world problems. Yeah, my biggest problem now is, like, I don't get to do my favorite things in the entire world, which is pay my bills. Which are investments in myself and my work. But at the same time, like, part of the reason I let my money go down, because I know I could have gotten a job. If it was that important, I could go to Denny's, I could go to McDonald's, but I don't agree with any kind of means of making money that isn't reliant on me doing the work and making the money on my own. Who's paying me though? Other people, other entities. What are they paying you for? My fucking expertise and me. Authenticity coaching. I wonder if I'd be good at that. Authenticity coaching. Well, the first step would be to recognize where you're not being authentic with yourself. Because you gotta be authentic with yourself before you be authentic with anybody else. Am I not authentic with myself? I like to act like I'm tougher than I am, less scared than I am. Is that true? I don't know. I feel like a bad motherfucker. I mean, it's been a while since I got into a fight, but I feel like if it came down to it, I'd be okay. I mean, I feel like if it came down to like me needing to stand up for myself, I feel like I'm good, I'm gold. I don't need to worry about it. Same if I had to stand up for somebody else. But if you notice that cough that I keep coughing, like it's getting progressively better over the weeks. Like it was like getting worse for a time, and it kind of peaked out like 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago, it was on the Virgo quarter moon. Is when I got like really fucked up sick, and my chest was hurting, my breathing was hurting, my coughing was hurting. But then over the past 2 weeks, like I've been progressively getting better. But as my money situation started to continue to decline, I decided to take advantage of that, because I would like to not need to smoke cigarettes. Not that I don't like cigarettes. I love cigarettes. I love smoking. But I also want to take a break, because I feel like there are aspects of me that are being suppressed, that need to be aired out. It's like spring cleaning. I may not want to do it, but I have to do it. So last Wednesday, I bought my last pack of cigarettes, and then I went to the dispensary one last time to pick up some supplies. I went to the food store to just drain my bank account so that I had food for a couple weeks, but then also at the same time, like I didn't have money to go buy cigarettes. Now, is it a coincidence that I just happened to be coming out of a 30-day money ritual, and that same day started a 6-week money magic ritual? But I wasn't out of money for 24 fucking hours, where the money to pay for cigarettes just came back into my account, which was, I recorded it when it happened. And then yesterday, or 2 days ago, I finished that pack of cigarettes, all excited that I think I finished it on Friday. And I'm like, okay, magic pack of cigarettes, magic money's gone. So it was only like $17 that popped back into my account because of my lift to the dispensary. It was a hold, and the hold got put back onto my account. So, all right, I'm like fucking bugging out for a cigarette because I'm losing my shit. You should have seen the video. I was like going ape shit, completely unhinged, but it felt good. And as soon as I was done, I looked at my account, and boom, there's money in there. That's $17. All right, fuck it. let's go get a pack of cigarettes because obviously I need them. So I did it and I smoked them and I felt better. Like, I think everything that I allowed to come to the surface, it really popped the cork on some shit, and that pack of cigarettes was a miracle from God to go, good job. You pushed past the hardest part. Now here's your little fucking Scooby snack. So then I finished those on Friday, and what was it? Saturday morning, I'm doing some fucking writing, and at the end of what I'm writing, I go, all right, let's see if I can manifest a pack of cigarettes today. So I get up, I get my shit ready because I'm about to come out here to start recording, and I go to make myself a cup of coffee, and I see a pack of cigarettes sitting on top of the microwave. Mind you, I know where this pack's... They're not cigarettes, they're shaman smokes, they're hemp cigarettes. And I bought them like back in January or February. And I gave them to my stepfather because I don't like them. But they give you a buzz, you smoke them and you get a little high off them. But I just don't like the taste of them. So I gave them to him, and I don't think he liked them either because he just put them up above the microwave, and they've been sitting there for months. So as I'm getting my coffee, something told me all right, just grab one of those things, see if it helps, because not smoking it the tension starts to build up. And I think it's just a matter of learning how to release that tension. I think it's sex, but I think I need to have sex to be sexually active to properly express that energy, is what I believe. It's something it's a theory I've been having for the past 5 years, is once I can reintroduce sexual activity back into my life, then I won't need cigarettes anymore, because I will have learned to have an outlet to express that passion, fury, fire. So I picked up the pack and I was going to grab one of the shaman smokes, but when I opened the fucker up, I saw a tan filter on one of the cigarettes. There's about it's got a half pack in there. And I open it and I saw a tan filter on one of them, because they all had white filters. And I'm like, all right, come on now. So I pulled this motherfucker out, and it was one of my cigarettes that apparently I put in there for one reason or another months ago, and I hadn't even thought about it. So I took that as a good sign. And then we came out here. I recorded me smoking it. And then I decided, you know what? Fuck it. Nobody's smoking these things. I need to smoke. So let me smoke them. And so I did. So then over the past couple of days, I've been smoking the shaman smokes. But I just finished the last one yesterday. So now I'm out again. I only have $8. I ain't buying cigarettes for $8 around here. So unless magic money is coming back, miracle magic money is coming through, or I just happen to find a pack of cigarettes lying around, I'm not smoking. I can't smoke. I can't. Because, like I said, I want to see what's being suppressed by the smoking. Because I've been smoking since I was 15. I only took 2 years off total of smoking, sporadically, over the course of time. I think, if you consolidate all the time that I stopped smoking, probably about 2 years. I'm 50. I'm 43 now, so that's 28 years since I started. So 26 out of 28 years I've been smoking. So and cigarettes are a depressant. Usually to calm down, relax, good for stress. but that's not always why I was smoking it. So I have to presume that there's a lot of suppressed emotions and feelings and thoughts and thought patterns. Like, because I started smoking when I was 15, I thought a completely different way back then than I do right now. So if I can link those two and reintegrate who I was with who I am, then I think there's a lot of sexual repression in there too. Because 15, that was right around the time that I started becoming sexually active. So, and I know I've been always like a very timid lover. A lot of anxiety, insecurities. So I believe that a lot of my sensual side was suppressed from cigarettes. Now, as a learned man of the ways of the Force, I know that one cannot catch a coconut while one is holding a watermelon. So in order to receive, we have to let go. So right now what I'm doing is I'm putting myself in a situation where I don't have a choice, but I have to let go of cigarettes. I'm actually putting myself in a position where I have to let go of a lot of things. Which is fear, mostly. Fear that I'll never smoke again, fear that I'll never have money again, fear that I'm going to get in trouble for what I'm doing, fear that I'm going to lose my lady friend, fear that I'm not going to have anything to eat, I'm going to have to start fucking grubbing for change, fear that I'm going to have to get a job, fear that all of the work that I'm doing, not just this, but also my metaphysical work, astrology, tarot cards, magic, all that stuff is not going to pan out. I have to get over the fear that this isn't working out perfectly, that there isn't going to come a point in time. Like that's another thing though. Like, see, I know that there's going to come a point in time where I'm going to look back on this moment. I don't know if literally like watch this video, but there's going to be a point where I look back on this moment and be like, I'm fucking glad that thing went down exactly the way that it did between then and now. Perfect. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've been in a situation like that either, because that's something I've had to like really like pound into my head over time. Is this isn't happening to me, it's happening for me. And there's going to come a point where I'm going to be able to look. There's going to come a point where I'm going to be able to look back on right this moment and see that it worked out perfectly. And I can think, thank goodness, what's this? Urgent action required. Update your visual voicemail app today to receive voicemails on your phone. No. What? How the fuck is that urgent? I don't have anybody call. Nobody calls me. I'm putting on Anger Fist, the Creed of Chaos. But why is that relevant? Chaos magic. Because this is a form of chaos magic, what I'm doing. Because I'm allowing fucking chaos to enter my life. I'm taking advantage of the chaos in my life right now. I'm nurturing the chaos and giving it space to breathe and to stretch and to grow, because I am fully aware that chaos breeds order and order breeds chaos. So things have to be done exactly the way that they're being done. You ever fuck with chaos magic before? It's fucked up. This is happening for me. This is not happening to me. Do you know how hard it is to fucking to say that sometimes? Think about your worst day ever. This is happening for me. It's not happening to me. That's like taking a shit in someone's hat. and then laughing while they put it on. That's like taking a shit in your own hat, not even realizing you took a shit in your own hat. You put your hat on, you're like, fuck, there's a shit in it. And I got shit all over my head. But then you take it off and you see a note and it's from you. I did it. What? What? Why would I do that to myself? Or maybe as a reminder, you don't know as much as you think you know. Yeah, what's chaos magic? Chaos magic is the capacity to, I mean, you can do things with it, but the way I define chaos magic is being able to look at chaos objectively and go, this is a good thing. This is awesome. Some people look at chaos and they see a bad thing. I see chaos, I see potential, infinite potential. Divine chaos. Just like divine darkness. I mean, I just don't think people can see it. People talk about it, but then I don't think they can actually see it. At least not like I can. I mean, because I'm one of those people, like, everything happens for a reason. Like, I don't know, like, I can see it. Like, when I look at the path of my life, and it's like, even just not even when I look at how my life has evolved over the course of my life, but then in conjunction with how how time itself has evolved over the last thousands and thousands and millions of years, I could see it. I could see it, especially when I allow myself to see the religious texts and the holy texts. I look at them as history, not human history. The evolution of God and the gods. And other non-human entities. Like, the world is full of things that aren't human. I don't know why it's hard to believe that there was a time when what we think of as mystical and mythical creatures weren't alive and walking around. I mean, it's not hard to see God. I mean, it's really not. And it's like take the define God however you want, man. Like, Satan, you can say Satan is God. I mean, Satan is God. God is Satan. Ain't no enemies out there. Love your enemy like you love yourself. Stop fucking blaming other people for your shit. Satan ain't doing nothing. Ain't no enemies out there doing shit to you. You're doing it to yourself. Satan's a boogeyman that people like to fucking point fingers at. He's a scapegoat. Start taking ownership of your own shit. Stop blaming Satan. Or any fucking demon or anything. Get your shit together. Get your own shit together. And Satan, Lucifer, he was the good guy. It's propaganda to say that he's not. He was standing up to a dictator, a tyrant. You know, there's open Lilith worship going on. I just saw something, like, because of Diablo 4, because Lilith is like a main antagonist of Diablo 4, that there's a fast food chain that's actually like promoting Lilith. Lilith's one of my patron saints. Like, I have had sexual relations with Lilith. People say don't like feed like succubi and other like evil entities, but I do. Because I don't believe that they're evil. Evil subjective. Plus I look at it like this. Humans are so fucking selfish that they would go like, they create these thought forms and these entities and then try to demonize them. Of course Lilith is fucking angry and bitter because people are fucking pieces of shit who shit on her. Same with God. Like, why the hell would God help you? I got into this discussion in a Facebook group. This guy he's trying to be snarky. Prove that Jesus said that. Some other guy. So I'm like, fuck this asshole. I'm like, you know what? You open the fucking Bible. You want proof that Jesus said it? Go look in the fucking Bible. There you go. And then apply the thinking to your life. You've got more proof of fucking Jesus saying things that actually have value to them than you do with the fucking sun going around the earth going around the sun. Like, lols, smiley face. Nigga, you ain't got shit to stand on. Just because you're good at repeating shit that somebody told you to remember, like, that doesn't mean that you know anything. That doesn't make it so. I'm coming out for a walk, and I'm gonna go watch the sun orbit me. Let's go pick up your fucking Bible and see what Jesus told you, dipshit. God, it's not that God isn't real, just God isn't worthy of being worshipped. Why? Bone cancer in kids. What? Who gives a fuck? Can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Listen, if my father died of lung cancer. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. My grandmother just died a few weeks, like 2 months ago. Best thing that ever happened to me. One day my mother's gonna die, it's gonna be the best thing. One day my brother's gonna die, it's gonna be the best thing. One day my sister's gonna die. One day my fucking son is gonna die, my ex-wife. One day everybody's gonna die. These are good things. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing bad about any of it. People have this like false sense of morality, like cancer's bad. No, cancer's actually a great thing. If not for cancer, I'd still be living under my father's fucking shadow like a child. Daddy, you gonna pay my HOA fees this month? Come on, man. I actually look forward to people dying. I feel like I've gone a while without anyone actually dying in my life, even though my grandmother did. Do I have that picture still? I sat and I stared at it. It was her in the nursing home. She was just like a husk. I sat there, I stared at it, extracted all my power back from her. She died like 2 days later. So happy. Granted, I didn't get my $20,000 inheritance that I've been waiting for since I was a fucking kid, but that's all I cared about anyway. She lived her life. The only reason that she was alive for as long as she was is because her niece had her put in a fucking nursing home where they had her, I don't know what the fuck they did. They probably had her attached to some kind of machinery to keep her alive because her niece didn't want to let go. I told her years ago, let her fucking go. She's gonna die. Like, leave her the fuck alone. But people fucking get so attached. Like, why? People die. Take what you got. Appreciate what you got from them. Like, that old lady dying was like the best thing ever. I feel so much of a burden lifted off my shoulders because for as long as she was alive, I had to worry about, like, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing by not talking to my grandma, by leaving her in the control of her niece? Like, what am I doing? Or even my son, like, oh my God, I haven't seen my son in 5 years. He's with his mom. No. Everybody does where it's exactly where they need to belong. Like, when my grandmother was in my life, she was a burden. When my son was in my life, he was a burden. When my ex-wife was in my life, she was a fucking burden. All my friends who have died in the past, like, the people I've had to let go of, like, okay. Yeah, but you brought something out of me while you were with me. You taught me to see a side of myself that I couldn't see, that I wouldn't have been able to see without you being in my life. Thank you. Like, even my lady friend. Like, my lady friend disappears tomorrow? So the fuck what? It sucks. I will miss the times I get to talk to her and see her, but, you know, at the same time, when I look at it, like, well, look at everything that we got to do together, all the things that we got to say to each other, all the things that we got to experience together. Like, see that bracelet? That was a Valentine's present that this girl got for me. Do you know how long I was in love with that girl? I met her in 2019. In 2021, she gave me a Valentine's Day present. Like, that means a lot to me. Not just the fact that she did it. There's that, but also me, because it's like, see what happens when you didn't give up on yourself and you really believed in yourself, to go like, I can make a relationship with her because I want a relationship with her, not anybody else, with her. And yeah, it took me 2 years to finally build up the courage to like really involve her in my life more. Find a way to involve her in my life, and it took me another year before we actually were close enough to feel comfortable getting each other fucking Valentine's Day presents, which is fucking awesome. And that wasn't the only one either. And Christmas presents too. I have a little shrine of the things that she's gotten me, of the gifts that she's gotten me. And it goes both ways. But like I said, like even if we never even talk to each other again, which I doubt. We were just talking the other day. But but I know that if we don't, it's because we did the things that we were supposed to do together, and if I examine the situation deeply, I'll see like this greater lesson that to be learned, which I already can. Because over the 2 years, like, she's afforded me like an opportunity to express myself in ways that I wouldn't normally be able to express myself to, and I wouldn't be able to express myself this way to anybody else because I don't feel the way that I feel towards her, towards anybody else. So it only makes sense that I would express those feelings to her in the first place, but she allows me to do it. Which is something that I need because of how repressed I've been throughout my entire life, where I can't express my feelings. Like my last marriage got fucking shit on because I couldn't express myself to her. But what my lady friend, Kim, so I just use her name, what Kim helped me fucking see is like, I can do it. I can do it. Not only can I do it, but I'm not going to scare the other person away by showing them who I really am on the inside, which is nice. And there's benefits to it as well, because, I mean, to me, yeah, that's a beautiful gift, but it's also like a trophy to me. Like, this is what hard work and dedication can get you, because it has meaning to it, it has value to it. Just like this. This is my wedding ring from my ex-wife. It's a replacement ring because I lost my wedding ring. Her and my son got it for me. Like, it's not like I'm holding on. It's more like, remember that time you were married and people actually like did things? This was my father's. I don't know if he ever wore it, but it's in a box of stuff of his, and I decided to wear it. Yeah, I get power from them, but they also get power from me. Like, you give these things to anybody. I mean, unless the person has some kind of form of psychometry and will be able to divine the history of these items. It's what they represent. Now it's funny because the song that's playing, my lady friend, she messaged me on Instagram the other day. I didn't even realize it until last night. I don't check Instagram very often, but she sent me a message on Instagram the other night that had it was a post from Grimes and some tattoo, like a tattoo that Grimes has got, but also promoting this new song, and the song had just popped on. What happened to Creed of Chaos? Yeah, I know. I love Grimes. Straight gangsterism. Well, how are you going to get money? I don't know. Well, that's the thing, is like, I don't think I need to go out and get it. It's going to come to me, because right now, every passing second, I am taking more and more of my power back from money. Because most people will tell you that you need money to survive. This is not true. You need food, you need water, and sometimes shelter. But we could argue that food is money, water is money, shelter is money. I have unlimited money. I have all the money that I need. I just don't have it in the same form that other people see it as. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I got a lot more money than Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a pauper next to me. It's not about the contents of your bank account, despite popular belief. It's not the stuff that you have. It's not the clothes that you wear. What do you even got? Like, most people don't have anything. Most people don't have shit to fucking begin with. Yo, man, I'm fucking bald as hell. Ugh. That's why I just started pulling it back, because it's like, fuck it. I believe it can grow back. Would you want it to if you could? Yeah, why not? Just to see that, just to prove that it can happen. To myself. Naturally, on its own. I think so. I think I'm just like. I think that's part of what's going on too. Is like, I got a lot of stress. And the only way to get the stress out is to fucking deal with it. And it's old life stress versus new stress, which old life stress is like before I believed in magic and miracles and divinity, versus now that I do, there's that conflict inside of me there's still parts of me that have a hard time holding on to certain things. Not everything though. I'm actually starting to see the divine nature of my relationship with my lady friend, which is, whoa, you can actually see it now? Yeah. Yeah, I can actually see how we are like divinely like guided towards each other, which is good. I can actually see that now. Well, I say that because, not that we're gonna like get married and have all the babies, but if and when our time is done together, I would like it to go on for as long as possible, but I mean, if and when there comes a point where our time is done together, then I know it will not have been without meaning, without purpose, that we both were able to take something away from it. Because I'm a modest and humble man, but I know the impact that I have on other people, and I've had the pleasure of seeing the impact that I have on her. And because I can also see the impact that she has on me, which is a lot more of an impact than most people. I mean, there's other people that are there, but a lot of, even doing this is like the influence that she has on me just to even get me to do this. And it's not even that she tells me to or asks me to. It's just that seeing the strength and power that I have based on our relationship together, I've been able to apply the same shit to every other places in my life and go, fuck, shit, man, you can do that. Yeah, let's try this out. All right, let's see where it goes. But there's a bud that keeps trying. Oh, streets get worse, but all right, I've been avoiding this. Alright. I need to work out. Like, I haven't done this in a while. I feel like my back's all fucked. Oh my god. Oh. Forgot I had my Funyun socks on. Shower. Oh, I really start walking back. Yeah, Omen. Ever play that game, Lucius? I love that game. It's like a remake of The Omen. It's about the Antichrist. That's my obsession with it. It's not an obsession, it's just what I am. Oh, shit. I don't know, I don't know how it happened. I think it's just something that's always been. But I don't know, the further along my life I go, the more that I see like, all right, yeah. I do my best to own it. I do talk about it, which is uncomfortable, but I have talked about it to people in front of people. People like to make fun of me. They'll laugh. They don't believe it, but that's okay. Like it's not. I'm not trying to convince you. I mean, the way I look at it. The way I look at it is like it's not a matter of me convincing you of anything. I'm just telling you, like, this is how it is. It just happens to be that I see things that have shown me, okay, this might actually be worth you exploring because this could have some serious implications. So rather than ignore it like it's not happening, why not see what happens if we take a different approach and treat it like it is happening? Because why would it be a delusion if it continues to present itself? Unless there are forces that are outside of my control that are intentionally fucking with me to try to make me think that I am, but I'm not. So it just happens to be that regardless of how you want to look at it, like, regardless of how I want to look at it, either way, it puts me in a position where there's some shit going on that are outside of my control that I have to take seriously. So now my understanding of what it means to be that person, to do that job, I mean, over the years, people have tried to explain it, and they show it as like this whole evil thing, but it's not true. It's not evil. That's church propaganda. Why would you think that somebody's evil because the church told you? Like, what kind of asshole stuff is that? Yeah, it's not so much prophecy, like, it's prophecy. No, it's not prophecies. It's just like just explaining how things go. Like, this is the way that things are. Why is that a problem? Hey, there are forces out there that operate outside of our scope of intelligence. And at the same time, it comes in two polarities. So just a heads up that this may happen eventually. Or it has been happening over and over in time and people just aren't recognizing it. So we're gonna see how far I go with it, because my sister was telling me how she doesn't believe it, which I'm calling bullshit. You're calling bullshit on what? You're calling bullshit on my life experience? I told you, this is something I've been wanting to do since I was a kid. Daddy's the one that put it in my head. Just because you don't have any special powers or special marks like I do, like, I don't know. Don't fucking be telling me that you don't be fucking telling me what's real and not real in my life. I'll fucking hang up the motherfucking phone. Actually, I won't hang up the phone. I'll just keep on letting you talk the stupid out of you. Yeah, I'm a little bit angry about that, but... Well, I don't like people to imply that I'm lying. That pisses me off more than anything. Why, because your mind's too closed? That's my fault? Go read a fucking book. There's a reason why I'm the golden child. There's a reason why I'm the favorite. There's a reason why I get to do whatever the fuck I want. Because I can back my shit up. And I don't need to back it up to other people, because it's already backed up to me. I don't say shit that I don't believe in. And if I do, I catch myself and I figure out why. And then I usually figure out, well, you know, it wasn't all not true, so, oh, perfect. No, but I want to see where it goes. Because like I said, like, once I started to embrace certain aspects of my life that were previously believed to be unbelievable or impossible, including but not limited to the fact that I have the blood of, like, fuck, I'm a witch descendant. I'm a descendant of Nephilim. Like, that's hard, that's gonna go over people's heads, but that's not my problem. I say it just to honor myself, to humble myself down and not dim myself down for other people. Yes, I am a descendant of the Nephilim. How can you prove that? The fact that I'm a witch? There's that. There's the other thing that the divine actually speaks to me. I'm not like some people that have to pretend. Like, it actually does speak to me. And it speaks to me in multiple languages too. Not just in Hebrew, or not just through the Bible or the Quran or the Torah. Like, it speaks to me through shadows, thoughts, books, movies, video games. Like, it's always talking to me. Do I always get the message? I don't know. I can't say. I don't know what I don't know, so I don't know what I miss. Or maybe I just pick up on what I'm supposed to pick up on, which is possible. Like, I mean, that makes sense. But everything that I've been picking up on has been leading me down the same path towards the same conclusion. So what am I supposed to do? Like, go, oh no, that's not happening. That's not happening. I have to fight it. I have to fight it in my head and convince myself that the reality that's trying to reveal itself to me is not really reality. Because it doesn't involve anybody else. Like, you watch these people on fucking YouTube, which these fucking schizophrenia people on YouTube. Think you ain't got no schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a man-made thing. Humans invented schizophrenia, just like humans invented depression and anxiety. Just like humans invented cancer and dinosaurs. Like, what do we learn from the Book of Miracles? The Course in Miracles. It's like, if it's not made by God, it's not real. Define God how you want. God doesn't have to be Jesus' father. God could be Odin. I could see. Huh. It's true, though. Everything created by human beings is not real. In the sense of, if you were to remove human beings from the equation altogether, just like right now, all of human invention goes away with it. I think what it's about, like 100 or 200 years without like people maintaining it. Any evidence of human existence would be wiped out. The pyramids are coming into my mind, and it's like that like human beings, you can't recreate shit like that today. You can't. How do you do it? So that it lasts, I don't know, how old are they? How old are they? Some estimates say 6,000, some say 12,000. You don't even know. But yet them shits is still standing. Meanwhile, the fucking Twin Towers, where the fuck them shits go? God. I gotta get the fuck out of this. I can't wait till, like, I'm out of this fucking equation. It's like, there has to be a way out. I mean, I feel it. I feel it like I'm out. My mind is getting out of it. But when I look at, like, how fucked up you people live, all the fucked up shit that we force ourselves to believe because somebody told us it's true, wow. It's like really fucking unbelievable. It's hard for me to believe, to go like, what? Holy shit. There's no getting away from this. It's everywhere. It's like a fucking, it's what's that? It's like this fucking virus that's everywhere. You'd be surprised. I mean, people tell me I'm a fucking idiot, brain dead, because I don't think like they do. It's amazing just how, like, fucking prejudiced and, like, ignorant human beings are. I don't know why that is. Maybe because I threaten people's sense of reality. And the only way to combat that is to try to gaslight me. It's like, that's the thing too. It's like, people will gaslight me. People try to gaslight me and tell me about like what's wrong with me, how crazy I am. Sometimes get abusive with it. But I sit there and listen to it and go, wow, you are a real ignorant piece of shit. Thank you. Which then makes me get all petty. But I've learned to embrace my petty side because I started to realize, like, by allowing myself to be petty, to combat other people, it's because I'm right. It's because I'm actually right. I'm more right than I'm allowing myself to admit. Because I'm feeling bad because I'm being petty to this person, but at the same time, it's like, no, that quote pettiness, that's the best part about you. Because what that's doing is you're telling that person, go fuck yourself. I'm not dealing with your shit. Respect begets respect, motherfucker. If you act like an asshole, you get asshole right back, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'll take your ignorance and I'll raise you a nasty cunt. I remember when I was in New Hampshire last month or the month before, I had this dude I was working with, real cool fucking dude, but that motherfucker started getting up on my shit. And it came a point where I had to, like, I mean, I hate to say it, but considering how much of a bitch he turned into afterwards, like, I had to break my foot off in his ass. And he was an older gentleman. He was in his 50s. And he liked to brag about the size of his dick and how he could break my neck like a fucking twig, how he can just pummel me because of all the training and martial arts that he had. But at the same time, I'd eventually tell him, you gotta shut the fuck up, man. I'm the one fucking talking. I'm not talking for you, I'm talking for me. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. I appreciate the fact that you have something to say, but don't fucking cut me off while I'm in the middle of a motherfucking thought, because I'm the one who's about to have a fucking breakthrough, and I need to hear what it is that I'm saying. So stop trying to fucking talk over me, and just let me do my shit. I'm not gonna say nothing now. Alright, shut the fuck up. Not be a fucking baby about it. But if you're gonna be a fucking bitch, go ahead. Which is like standard operating procedure with people. People love acting like bitches. Especially when they know they're wrong. How do people know when they're wrong? People always know that they're wrong. Like, people have a tendency of being wrong about everything. Well, you can tell how wrong that somebody is about something by how hard they fight. They fight to fucking push their perspective, their point of view that they're right. They'll fight over it. And believe it or not, because I have been one of these people before, but there are people that will argue to the death just because they cannot admit the fact that they're wrong about whatever it is that they're fucking arguing over. They just can't do it. And I don't know why that is. I know it's like some pride bullshit, but I can't help but feel like there's like a little bit more to it. No, but again, I think it comes down to like, what do you call it? People expect other people to tell them what reality is. Like, people, like it's like I trust you to not fuck with me. I'm trusting you to give me the truth. And I think it's because of that people just can't accept it. Like, you've been lied to. Like, you have been getting lied to your entire fucking life by the people that you're supposed to be trusting the most. They have been brainwashing you and programming you to be exactly what they want you to be. You know what's really funny is, like, I've been reading the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. It's supposed to be like the most anti-Semitic book ever, but it's not. It was written in like the fucking 1908, but if you read it, everything it's saying applies right now. And they say anti-Semitic, but it doesn't say anything about Jews. They're talking about the children of Zion. And they're explaining how it is that they're going to craft the world, to craft society, to make way for the sovereign Lord of all the world, also known as the Moshiach, the Messiah. Because they want this guy to fucking come to power. They need him to come to power. Because that's what God told them. But God is real. That's the thing. Now, mind you, God may not be what you think it is. There's quite possibly that God is something completely altogether different from what it sells itself to be. But that doesn't change the fact that there is a non-human intelligence that is governing over certain aspects of reality, including human reality. And it's human ignorance and arrogance that gets in the way of seeing that, which is kind of fucked up, but that's why I take great pride in and honor in being the fucking eye at the top of the pyramid. See, that's another cool aspect of those protocols too, and it makes so much fucking sense, is the interconnectedness of the dark side of Judaism, but also Masonry as well. Because Masonry is a form of man-witchery. That's a magic. They practice magic. Forms of it. But they're not the only group. Like, there's groups like the Golden Dawn. There's groups like the Rosicrucians. There's Aleister Crowley's fucking groups. There's like magic groups all over the fucking place. Witchcraft, witch covens. When I see people go like, oh, witchcraft doesn't exist, witches aren't real. What are you, out of your fucking mind? Not only are they real, but they live amongst us. They don't have power. Y'all think? Why? Because it doesn't look like the movies? Dipshit. Maybe it does. Maybe you just haven't seen it. Because wielding that kind of power, that's like not. We're not talking about like just whipping your dick out. I have a thing with my hair. There's a part of me that's upset that it's like as thinning as it is. That's why I wear it the way that I do, is as a fuck you to the part of me that's like self-conscious about it. I mean, not entirely. I was like, motherfucker. I can't help that there are some insecurities that pop up. But that's why I face them. That's power. That's magic. You wouldn't get that though. Everything that went into it, everything that's coming out of it, it's not just like just a thing that you do and poof, everything works out. No, you actually gotta put the steps in. But I mean, that's some shit that like seriously goes over people's heads because people just. I mean, unless you're willing to learn it and understand it, it doesn't fucking matter. People want proof. People like, oh, I want evidence. I want this. I want that. You gotta get that for yourself. It's not. But I mean, at the same time, you go looking into the abyss, and eventually the abyss starts looking back at you. You go looking for answers. Those answers are going to find you. It's just up to you to believe that they're really the answers that you're looking for. But yeah. Yeah, but look at me trying to be. Look at me trying to be. Put lesser beings on an equal platform as me. That's so nice of me. Alright, I'm cutting this off because I gotta do some shit.